Hey everyone, this is Mahwash Ajaz. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'll be talking about Miss Marvel, and I've seen the first 3 episodes. And if you haven't seen Miss Marvel, I suggest you stop right now, go watch it. It's on Disney Plus, and I think if you're in Pakistan, you can watch it in the cinemas soon. I don't know until when you'll be seeing this video and what exactly is the date of it releasing in Pakistani cinemas, but Miss Marvel is a series. It's a web series on Disney Plus. So this review is going to be mixed. It's going to be English plus Urdu. So I really hope that you guys understand both languages. हमेशा की तरह हम बात करेंगे क्या हमें लगा है, और इसकी एक political impact भी है, इसका एक social impact भी है. So let's talk about it. So the story is based on Kamala Khan, played by Iman Vellani, who is a Canadian Pakistani actress, and it's so great to see her. So let me start off straight off the bat. I have to get it in that I am going to talk about a lot of the representation that Pakistani actors and Pakistani culture has had in the series, because that is an important part of creating Miss Marvel. It's created by Pakistani American people and creatives. So I think that this part is very important to kind of discuss and address. The story itself is it's very interesting. The screenplay of the first 3 episodes, हमारी पहली episode थी जी Generation Y, दूसरी Crushed, और तीसरी Destined. So all 3 episodes are really good. If you don't want to talk about the politics and the socio-cultural representation of it, even though there is a lot of positive there as well. But let's first talk about the cast and the crew. We have Iman Vellani, who's playing obviously Kamala Khan. Then you have Pakistani actors such as Nimra Butcha, Samina Ahmed, and Mahwash Ajaz, who has made an appearance in the 3rd episode as one of Kamala's ancestors, who found an enchanted magical, powerful bangle. And I also like the fact that, again, spoilers, so please go away and come back if you haven't seen it. The people, the supernatural beings that she's seeing and that she's interacting with, Kamala are from a different realm, and that realm story is kind of borrowed from the Islamic theories के जी जिन होते हैं, and jinn live in their own realm, and ये तो हमारे मतलब culture, folklore सबका हिस्सा है. So उसकी मुझे बड़ी अच्छी लगी the way that they've tied in. It shows that somebody who has actually read the comics, and somebody who's actually understood a lot of the stories that we've grown up with as Pakistanis, and obviously as the diaspora as well, Muslims in the diaspora. So these are the only 3 Pakistani actors I have seen so far. I know that Fawad Khan is going to be there as well. But there are a lot of other Indian actors, which again I have no disrespect for, and I think that they're also doing a pretty nice job in the series. So Sagar Sheikh is also there. He's Pakistani American, I believe. You have Azhar Usman, you have Mohan Kapoor, Zenobia Shroff, and Rish Shah, who are playing very significant roles in the series. Then the music is also very Pakistani. They've got Eva B, they've got Hassan Rahim, great tracks from Coke Studio. But in the 3rd episode, not the last, the recent episode, there was a lot of Bollywood. And again, I don't dispute any of that. I'm a big Bollywood fan myself. But I feel like there was missing a large cultural chunk of what Pakistanis such as myself, or even diaspora Pakistanis, have grown up, like Pakistani dramas and references to maybe Humayun Saeed or Abrarul Haq, these kind of things, which is Enakwala Jinn, which is something also we've grown up with, right? And that could have fit in right easily into the narrative, but पता नहीं उन्होंने क्यों नहीं किया. शमीना बेट चुनॉय से ही सवाल करना चाहिए, because she had consulted for the show. So if I ever kind of get to interview her, I'll definitely ask her this question. और अगर आप में से कोई देख रहा है, और अगर if you get a chance to ask her, do ask her this. Anyway, so there's a lot of the kind of creators that are there. They've worked on pretty big projects such as Loki and Bad Boys franchise. Adil and Bilal, who've worked on the Bad Boys franchise, and 4 Weddings and a Funeral पे काम किया है. बिशा के अली ने सना अमानत जो हैं वो भी एक बड़ी prominent writer and creator हैं. So that all of that is there, and it's good that they've come up with as much as possible the Pakistani team. So there are 3 things which I want to talk about. The first thing is representation. The second thing is erasure, and the third thing is amplification of a certain narrative. The first thing, which is the representation, is what I addressed previously, कि क्या representation adequate है. Taking a South or any kind of Southeast Asia या Asia से actor लेना, Indian actor हम ले रहे हैं, कोई भी Indian actor लेना is not wrong. But the thing is, you're taking specifically that role is specifically for a Pakistani person, and you can take a Pakistani person. So why not cast a Pakistani actor to play Iman's father, or Miss Marvel's father, Kamala's father, or Kamala's mother. So both of them are Indians, and again, no disrespect to India or Bollywood, but we do have actors who could have done that role. So why did you not make that effort? So is Miss Marvel so far valid in creating that representation? Partially, because the casting may be off, but the storytelling is pretty decent, and the kind of nuances that are there, like the parents are strict, they don't let her go out, and there's a lot of focus on trying to do the right thing, and all of this, एक certain kind of हमारी families के अंदर rules and regulations होता है, तो all of that is there. So storytelling has that. The erasure of the Pakistani identity and how much it is merging into the American identity, again, it is partial. And I think that's the way it should be, because the narrative cannot be just about Pakistanis. It's not a show about Pakistanis. It's a show about Pakistani Americans or third generation immigrants or the children who have grown up with the Pakistani stories but are not Pakistani at all. So what is it that they are doing, and what is it that they feel growing up Muslim, or growing up Muslim Americans or Pakistani Americans as in a modern world, in a post 9/11 world. So all of these things again are really important, and I think that the show really addresses them. Again, partially. Why? A part of this question is in the answer to the last question that I want to talk about, which is the amplification of a narrative. Now, Marvel, or all, I think, Hollywood films, majority of Hollywood films, they have this sense of America is the greatest country. This is something that Americans, even if they're the worst liberals in America, they believe in. The conservatives believe in this. They believe in America being a great country, the land of opportunities, blah, 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 blah. And I don't dispute that. It's their country. They believe in that. And the pluralism that they're trying to show is a function of their patriotism. It's a function of believing in their nationalism, which is not something that we find in Pakistan. So when we look at the case of the American exceptionalism, or we say that that Americans, or the Muslims in America, or the Pakistani American generation of the immigrants in America are safe, and they're accepted, and they're believed, and they're loved, all of that ties into a certain narrative that a lot of Marvel movies have. So they can be considered anti-establishment in a lot of ways, but at the end of it, at the heart of it, they are patriotic films, right? So I feel like as Pakistanis, when we watch the series, we have to be a little bit careful in trying to understand some of the themes there. We have to remember that this is not about a Pakistani girl. This is not about Pakistan. This is about the Pakistani immigrants in America who have their story, or in general the Muslim diaspora in the USA. So that's a point that I just wanted to, kind of a nuanced point I wanted to make, that when you look at, let's not look at it, oh, this is about us. No, it's not about us. It is about people like us. And the United States has a way of promulgating their own narrative, as every country does, and Marvel specifically falls into that, and walks into that path completely. So yeah, basically that's my only beef, that it should have more Pakistani actors, and some of the points that I've made earlier. And one more point that I also felt was that they needed to kind of accept that Pakistan is a reality. It is a result of a two-nation theory which resulted in a country. So kind of just say that, oh, there was no India, Pakistan before, and we were just one country. Yeah, we were kind of like one group of states and all, but Pakistan was an inevitable reality which now exists. So let's not deny that. There's great action, there's a lot of fun moments, there's a lot of great dialogue, great references, a lot of great acceptance and tying in of how the local community, or the local white man, I would say, is the friend of the diverse character that's placed at the center of the series. Somebody had posted about Miss Marvel not getting the amount of views that other shows did, such as WandaVision, but I think that views aren't really, they're important, of course, but they're not that important in terms of what a larger point is being made. And with Miss Marvel, I think they've kind of tapped into a very big market which has previously been untapped into. तो मतलब अगर वो और चीज़ें बनाएंगी तो ये मार्केट और खुलेगी, लेकिन अगर वो इस मार्केट के लोगों को एड्रेस ही नहीं करेंगे ठीक से, तो they will alienate this market again. Once again, I have to say that even though I love Bollywood and I love my all of the content that I see, and I love all of the my personal memories of watching Bollywood and being obsessed about it. I still am, but we are different. हमारा content अलग है Bollywood से. We create different content from Bollywood, and even they know that, because if the content was same, then they wouldn't be copying it. But they have copied so much of our stuff and they like it, and that's why we're creating content for them. Like Z5 पे जो हम content बना रहे हैं, we're making content for their streaming platforms, and that is because there is a difference between the two, and there is dal chawal, and then there is another kind of dal chawal. Okay, so I think that it is important for creators to realize that the Pakistani flavor is very different, and yes, while we share a lot of similarities with India and with Muslims in the world, around the world, we are still having our own unique voice, and that voice needs to be paid attention to. And yes, it is a good effort in doing that, but there needs to be more that needs to be done, and with more focus perhaps. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this review. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll be back with more reviews of Miss Marvel. Take care of yourself. Bye.